When a child acts out, we're quick to explain it away. ADHD, anxiety, a hard transition, a fight with a sibling. But what if the most damaging thing that we're teaching our children is that they don't have a choice? In this video, I'm gonna show you how to break victim mentality in children and teach them one mindset that builds responsibility, confidence, and real resilience. My name is Efrat Amira. I'm a mom of 3 boys, ages 4, 8, and 12. I'm a parenting coach, and I'm passionate about supporting parents who want to lead with calm authority and timeless wisdom as they raise children with character, courage, and purpose. If you enjoyed this type of content, please press the like button below so other people can find it as well. Now let's get started. In our culture, without even realizing it, we are teaching our children that they are victims of circumstances. From a quick Google search, I was asking, why do children act out? The responses that I got were just mind-blowing. They act out because of their emotions. They act out because of hard transitions. They act out because they are very sensitive children. They act out because they have ADHD. We put all those reasons on top of our children's behavior, and what we do unknowingly is that we are implanting in them a victim mentality. We are teaching them that external factors are the causes of their behavior. And not only that we are teaching them that, we actually believe it ourselves. We are sending them the message that they don't have a choice over their behavior and they are not free agents in this world. So what I want to suggest is that we need to start changing our own mindset about our children's behavior, and we want to start conveying to them the same message as well. We want to start to teach our children that they always have a choice of how to act, what to say, and even what to think. So in another video, I talk about self-regulation and the importance of teaching our children self-regulation tools in order for them to not be overwhelmed by emotions. Now, this tool is based on co-regulation. You can check out that video up here so you will learn that step-to-step process on how to teach your children self-regulation. The body regulation strategy that I teach in that video is especially good for young children who get overwhelmed by emotions and that their rational mind is still not developed. So that strategy is good for young children, but also for children who are older, 7, 8, 10, 12, that still get overwhelmed with emotions. And as parents, we need to start to teach them self-regulation tools. So check out that video to learn more. There is a ton of parenting information out there. Books, YouTube, podcasts, social media. But you know what's missing? What's missing is daily guidance. How to deal with the day-to-day situations with our kids when they're not doing their homework, when they're not cleaning their room, when they're fighting all day, when they're just not cooperative, when they're being bullied at school. Every day presents so many challenges as parents that we need to deal with on a daily basis, and many times it feels like we need to do it all alone. That is why I created the Parenting Wisdom community. In this community, you will get daily support from me, where you can post your questions, things that are troubling you in your parenting, and I will guide you step by step on how to deal with it. In addition, you're going to get monthly parenting workshops that are going to be exclusive to this group. Find all the details in the link in the comments. I hope to see many of you there. But in this video, I actually want to focus on something completely different. I want to focus on self-regulating our children's mind. And when I talk about self-regulating our children's mind, is that we need to start teaching them that they have a choice of how they think, what they say, and how to behave. Once our children are older and we taught them how to take control over themselves, to self-regulate themselves, now we want to teach them, okay, what is the next step? Now what? This process of self-regulating the body and self-regulating the mind is going to happen at the same time. And when we do it at the same time, what we do is that we strengthen them from the bottom up and from the top down. So let me break this down and explain to you how this actually works. The first step is for us as parents to start believing deeply that our children have a choice over their behavior, that they are not victims of their behavior. We need to adopt the mindset that underneath the behavior that I'm seeing in my child right now, there is a potential that is hidden there, and my job as a parent is to help my child draw that potential out. So how do I draw that potential out? When we think about self-regulation for the mind, the word regulation comes from control or direct. So we want to control their self or direct their self. What does that mean? We want them to be able to take their self out of the center. Instead of telling themselves a story that is self-centered, meaning that this is happening to me. I am angry. I am frustrated. I am annoyed. Why is this happening to me? This is so hard for me right now. Notice that all these stories that our kids are telling themselves are stories that put themselves in the center. We need to start to teach our children to take themselves out of the center and start to ask a different story. Start to ask, what am I here to learn? How can I grow from this situation? How can I choose to behave differently? How can I think about this in a different way? So we want to teach our children that they have the ability and they have the power to choose their thoughts. When they choose their thoughts, then they will be able to control their emotions, what they say, and how they behave. Now, I want to take this into very specific examples. The kids are fighting. One child is hitting the other. The one that is being hit can tell himself the story of, I'm angry because my brother is hitting me. I'm angry because something external is happening and is controlling me. In that moment, we can help our child focus his attention to something else. We can show our child that he can tell himself a different story. My brother is hitting me right now. This is not about me. He's angry. How can I act in a way that will help him step out of his state of anger? Now, this is not easy because we're so brainwashed with the idea that we are victims of circumstances and we're always blaming others for how we behave. Let's take a different example. My daughter is being rude and disrespectful to me, okay? What is the story she's telling herself? She's telling herself that she's acting this way because I'm annoying her, right? So I can stop in that moment and ask her, what are you thinking to yourself? You're thinking that I am annoying? Okay, let's try to ask a different story. I'm being rude because I'm choosing to be rude. I'm being rude because I don't have any other way to express myself. So this creates an openness for them to understand that they don't have all the answers yet. For them to understand that they do have control over what they say because they are choosing to get annoyed. They're choosing the words that they're saying. Let's take another example. I hope this will make it more clear. My son is refusing to clean up his room, right? Why is he refusing to clean up his room? He's refusing to clean up his room because it doesn't feel like it right now. Honestly, he wants to continue to play. He wants to play with his friends. He wants to be on a video game. Whatever the reason is, instead of telling ourselves that he's refusing to clean his room because we don't have a good connection with him, because he's having a hard time at school, because we're not giving him enough attention, right? We tend to always blame ourselves for our children's behavior. They're not listening to us, so we need to connect more. They're not listening to us, so we need to do more for them. They're not listening to us because they feel like we don't love them enough. We need to take that story out of our heads as well, and we need to show our children that the story is different. You're not cleaning up your room right now because you're choosing not to. There isn't anybody else that you can blame but yourself. How can you start to tell yourself a different story? How can you choose to do what I say right now and do it in a way that feels fun for you? And of course, this is not going to be their automatic response. We have to guide them to get there. As I said before, the first way to guide them to get there is to remember that they have a choice. Remember that we can't blame ourselves, we can't blame the school, we can't blame their peers, we can't blame their learning disability, we can't blame their oversensitivity. Of course, these things make it harder for people and children to do the right thing. Absolutely not. I'm not saying that this is easy, but we need to help our children practice this mindset because that is what's going to give them the power to choose differently. That is what's going to give them the power to know that they always have a choice over their behavior. We need to start letting go of that victim mentality. We need to stop blaming external circumstances and start helping our children to take responsibility over their actions and teach them that they are free agents that always have a choice. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I know this is not an easy idea to grasp, and I invite you to comment below. What are some things you are struggling with your children right now? And I can help guide you. What is the way to coach your child out of that victim mentality and victim mindset that they have adopted for themselves? If you enjoyed this video, check out another video where I talk about the importance of teaching our children that they are not the center of the world. You can check out that video right here.